All right, squat. My favorite exercise and essentially the king of all exercises is the way you could refer to it. Before we get into this exercise, a few things that I want to really stress to you the importance of are: one, focusing on full range of motion or as much as you possibly can within your ability. Two, you want to make sure that you're always pushing through your midfoot. I know that may not necessarily make sense, but you want to just focus and visualize and think about the idea of pushing through your midfoot. This will ensure good balance. And lastly, good posture. That's it. Really simple. So we're just going to have our hands in front. The reason we're going to have our hands in front is this helps us counterbalance. And so this is going to be a good opportunity to learn and practice this movement. We want to make sure that we're ideally barefoot. This way we can really ground ourselves to the ground and really feel planted as we perform the exercise. I'm going to start with my feet hip width apart, or maybe slightly wider, depending on whatever's comfortable, and your toes slightly pointed out. Now, some people may feel comfortable with their toes pointed straight. Some may feel comfortable with their toes pointed further out. That's fine. But what's important is one, controlling your knees, and I'll get to that in a bit. But two, still making sure you're practicing full range of motion. For example, if I had my toes straight, that's going to limit how deep I can go, right? So for me, I know I need to have my toes slightly pointed out. So start with that and then play with it from there. So feet are in position, just outside of hip width or hip width, toes are out, hands are out in front, good posture. The pressure of the weight is on my midfoot, and then I'm just going to squat it down as deep as I can, and then back up. Down as deep as I can, feeling that tension on my midfoot and pushing back up. One more, and pushing back up. So really easy, straightforward. Again, posture, range of motion control, and pushing through your midfoot. One thing to keep in mind with your knee, as mentioned earlier, is ideally we want the knee to be tracking in line with the toe. If there's a marginal change as you move through the exercise, that's okay. However, we want to avoid any excessive change. So right now in this position, for example, my knees are well and truly in and past my toes. Whereas here, even though they're in slightly, it's okay because they're still in line with my toes. Some common faults, and record yourself and see if this issue is happening to you, is you'll come down into a deep squat, and as you come up, you collapse. Shoulders drop, knees cave in, almost touch each other, then you stand up. Try and control the movement. If that's too hard, reduce the reps and just focus on that quality of the movement. If that's too hard, reduce the range of motion and work within a range you feel comfortable and capable. As you get better, you can then sort of increase it by going deeper, increasing your speed, and that's going to help improve the intensity of the movement. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. If done correctly, you should feel a good burn through your thighs and your glutes when performing this exercise.